Welcome to Tallahassee, Florida, and Doak Campbell Stadium, home to some great Heisman Trophy winners, legendary coaches, and today the Seminole Award chant will be rocking this place. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on another team from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Canes will kick it away first. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Seminoles offense will start this game off. The flash, the style, the swagger, these two really define an era of great college football, and it's always fun to see them square off.
So well put, Reese. I mean, two flashy programs, and when they're rocking, they're rocking. The state of Florida's rocking. Everybody's wanting to go to Miami and Florida State. This is a big opponent.
Yeah, and David, you and I can appreciate this because we were playing back in the day when these two programs really had it rolling, when they had so much NFL talent and speed on the field, it seemed like each and every year. And this was a game that always seemed to determine the national championship picture at the end of the year.
Power football with the run. Brought to the ground, but not before getting it up for the first down. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with work done, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years in Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. This series is littered with Florida State heartbreaks in close games, but the last time they met, it was the Noles pulling out a close one.
Florida State found a way to get it done. If you can not involve the kicker a lot of times in this series, things will go well, but they executed. They made the plays they needed to. They got one in a row, Palmer. Can they get 2?
And, David, at the end of the day, it was just Florida State that executed better. They made a few more plays, a few more explosive plays, didn't make the same mental errors, and that's why they won that game close.
Here on third down. The play action fake. Had to throw it before he wanted.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
The Seminoles will call on their punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. So Miami's offense has its first opportunity of the day. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Grabbed behind the line, it's Martinez. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. When you think of the significance of these two programs in the history of college football, remarkable that they've only been playing since 1951.
It's crazy because there's so many games you can pull out of your brain, Reese, and I'm sure because you were born then when this rivalry started, that so many games that were so important had such big implications, Jesse.
Yeah, it seems like over the course of 3 decades, right? The 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, every time these two teams played, Miami and Florida State, we were talking about how it would impact the national championship picture. This really has been one of the better rivalries in the sport, even though it's really not that old.
And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. from the gun, the ground game. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the ground with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Ward. Coming after him. And they got him for the sack. Things working pretty well for this defense, out of the dime package and still getting plenty of heat on the quarterback.
Get off the rock, understand the situation. All the fast guys got the back end covered. It's my job to seek and destroy the quarterback. Great job on the defensive line, rushing after that guy and getting him on the ground.
The Hurricanes will bring the punt team onto the field. Fair catch, called for and made. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the 2nd quarter. Give to the running back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
They punted on their 1st drive of the game, and now they have to convert on 3rd down to avoid doing it again. Makes the catch. It's Douglas. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
They go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
We're trying to run the ball on 1st down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. On the move, it's Toafili. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the quarterback is snowed under.
Yeah, and the defensive line, you know, 3rd and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on 3rd down.
And the Seminoles will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Still some work to do after that last completion. It's second down. Looking for a man. It's Ward. They're setting up the screen. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
From their own 23, it'll be 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. They tried to get the defense going the wrong way with the counter, but nothing doing.
Aggressive defense, attacking defense. You want to hit them with those counters, but it wasn't successful in this play. Defensive line, linebackers, everybody's dialed in. They see what's going on.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. Had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
The cornerback wasn't fooled that time. He was squatting on the out route, and because of that, he was able to transition, break on the ball, and knock it away.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Back to throw, it's Glenn. Unloads to the right. He makes the catch. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
The aerial assault continues. Got it in the middle. It's Benson.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. He's got his man. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
We've got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Snap in the shotgun. He wants it all. Touchdown, no! They grab the early lead. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That drive covered 55 yards for the score. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Using the quick game. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that slot receiver, he may not be the biggest receiver in the world, but he is shifty, and he runs really good routes. You saw it on that play.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, between the coaches who have matched wits in this game and the players and the unforgettable moments, Miami, Florida State is must-see TV, and today is no different. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Miami and Florida State plays out.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Martinez on the carry. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Scanning the field, it's Ward. Get it out on the screen. Delivers the stiff arm. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
And the Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. When they put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
They'll leave it with him. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. the Hurricanes will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Give to the single back. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Running back searching for a hole. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking to throw, it's Glenn. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Big 3rd down there for the quarterback, and he knew where his best chance was at getting that first. He found the curl route, made an accurate throw, and as a result, the offense stays on the field.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. On the ground, it's Tuafili. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. Anytime a wide receiver makes a big play like that, images of Peter Warwick start flashing in Seminoles' heads.
And, man, just that time, that era with Bobby Bowden and those offenses, you just think about high-flying, every position, game breakers, and I think of swag, Reese. Just guys that I know I could throw to the outside that had swag that could take it to the house and make big plays.
Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. This should be the last play of the quarter. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Fires left. And the pass is incomplete. It's the final play of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. The Seminoles decide to punt it away. And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Got it in the middle. It's Restrepo. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
They'll try the run. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
The number one goal for this defense coming into this game was shut this running back down. And I got to be honest, there were a lot of people on the outside didn't think they could get it done, but they're proving everybody wrong. Tremendous effort. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder. This guy's one of the best in the nation. He's had zero impact in this game.
Dropping back, it's Ward. Quickly complete. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
They'll turn to Martinez. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quick completion on the out.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that outright.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Trailing by a touchdown, getting late in the 4th, and this is a huge, perhaps a defining moment in this game. Makes the grab well past the sticks. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. Snagged in the middle, it's Horton. Put it right on him, sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
The Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're bringing heat. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
To the air, it's Ward. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Canes.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
Getting set for the point after. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. Coming down the stretch in the fourth, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. And then a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
We've got a timeout on the field, and we are set up for a terrific finish. Now on first down from the 28. Makes the grab. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there? Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking to go up top on first down. Complete downfield. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. So, Jesse, they're able to connect on the crossing route against the zone. You run that pattern against that coverage. What do you have to keep in mind?
Well, the receiver needs to know where the soft spot is in the defense so he can gear himself down. And the quarterback, Reese, has to play with great timing. Because if he's too early or too late on the throw, that might get picked.
The offense burns his third and final timeout of the half.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up.
Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. And the offense gets the ball back. How lucky are they? 5 points of pressure, high and tight. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. To throw, it's Glenn. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. And this field goal would be etched in the memory of their fans forever if he could knock it through from here. It is good. That was a spontaneous combustion of a celebration on the sidelines, and wait to see what happens if they can hold on for a few more seconds. That last field goal gave them a 3-point lead. Now to see if they can cover the kickoff and keep them out of field goal range. And he takes this from inside the 5. They make the stop. The coverage team up to the challenge as they put a stop to the return and an end to the game.